So, where are we at? Well, we're in Virginia Beach. Court documents shed more light on Virginia Beach police officer charged with, you know how YouTube is, I'll point it out, I'm not going to say it. March 7th, 2024, Virginia Beach, Virginia. A Virginia Beach police officer is charged with several counts of crimes against a child, including attempted indecent liberties with someone under the age of 15 that date back to this fall. According to the indictment, sometime between September 13th and October 10th of 2023, 31-year-old Kyle Justin LaLonde, whatever, had allegedly asked a 12-year-old girl to fill his private areas. During the same time frame, prosecutors believe he also attempted to have with a child under the age of 15 and solicited. The documents do not say if it is just one person or multiple. However, around Valentine's Day of this year, LaLonde allegedly was known to have had in his possession. According to court documents, LaLonde has been employed with the Virginia Beach Police Department for 3 years. There's a degenerate. LaLonde is still employed by the police department. However, police said he has been relieved of his police powers and at this time. So, you know what? You keep your mouth shut. You can't go out on the road or nothing. You got no powers, but you keep drawing your paycheck and we'll just stick you back here pushing papers. How about that? News 3 tried speaking with LaLonde, who is currently being held at the Virginia Beach jail, but did not want to speak. Still employed. Don't have police powers. Currently being held at the... Okay. LaLonde is facing 6 charges, including attempted indecent liberties with someone under the age of 15, enticing a minor to perform in solicitation to commit a felony, and possession. LaLonde has a bond hearing set for Friday at 9:30 a.m. All right, then. March 7th. Anything new? March 8th. Bond denied for Virginia Beach police officer charged with against a child. A Virginia Beach police officer who is charged with multiple counts of against a child was denied bond Friday morning. Kyle Justin LaLonde is facing several charges, including possession of attempted indecent liberties with someone under the age of 15 and enticing a minor to perform in... We just watched that previous one. Prosecutors in court on Friday said sometime between September 13th and October 10th of last year, LaLonde was speaking with someone in an online chat room who said they were a 12-year-old girl. Over several days, LaLonde allegedly presented himself as a woman and sent photos to the person he knew was underage. When LaLonde was arrested, detectives allegedly found additional chats where LaLonde was speaking with other underage girls. LaLonde was denied bond and is due back in court on March 20th. Virginia Beach Police Department said he is still employed with the department, but he has been relieved of police powers. LaLonde is also a lieutenant in the U.S. Army Reserve. Been released of his police powers. Relieved of his police powers. And this is the next day. But this one said he did not want to speak. Currently being held at the Virginia Beach jail. Oh, at the jail. See, that's the words. He's held at the jail. He's got some work to do, but he's not in the jail. And this was the second one. I know it. It don't matter if you queue up past them or not.
I had 10 brain tumors. I asked, what about proton therapy? The brilliance that...
This one.
A Virginia Beach police officer is off the streets after he was arrested in connection with several child sex crimes. Kyle Justin LaLonde was indicted earlier this week. News 3 reporter John Hood was in court today to learn more about these charges.
A Virginia Beach police officer is facing several counts of sex crimes against a child, including attempting indecent liberties with someone under the age of 15 that date back to this fall. According to the indictment, sometime between September 13th and October 10th of 2023, 31-year-old Kyle Justin LaLonde had allegedly asked a 12-year-old girl to feel his private areas. During the same time frame, prosecutors say he also attempted to have sex with a child under the age of 15 and solicited child pornography. The documents do not say if it is the same person. However, around Valentine's Day of this year, LaLonde allegedly was also known to have child porn in his possession. According to court documents, LaLonde has been employed by the Virginia Beach Police Department for 3 years. He is still employed by the police department. However, they do say he has been relieved of his police powers at this time. I tried speaking with LaLonde, who is currently being held at the Virginia Beach jail, but he did not want to speak. I reached out to the Virginia Beach Police Department to see if they could comment on camera about this case, but they did not respond back. LaLonde is facing 6 charges, including indecent liberties with someone under the age of 15, enticing a minor to perform in child pornography, solicitation to commit a felony, and child porn possession. Now, LaLonde has a bond hearing set for Friday. We'll be sure to be there to update you with what happens. In Virginia Beach, I'm John Hood.
It winds up being 11 charges. Anyway, let's see. We're going to bypass that bond hearing and go to the former Virginia Beach Police Department officer will serve 11 years for committing against children. Wait till you see what it was before the judge, Virginia Beach, Virginia. A former Virginia Beach police officer who pled guilty to multiple counts of against a child was sentenced Monday. Kyle LaLonde, 32, was sentenced to 60 years in prison with 49 years suspended. I'm going to throw a bunch of shit at you, but I don't really mean it. So you go out there and you act like oh my God, not 60 years. And then when I reduce it to 11, say thank you, Jesus, and shit like that, and everybody be happy. 49 years suspended, leaving 11 years to serve. A judge ruled he must be on good behavior for 30 years. Good behavior for 30 years? He was in law enforcement. I was under the impression they were always supposed to be on good behavior. And I was under the impression this shit he's charged with, nobody was supposed to be under that type of behavior. He may not have any communication with minors. He may not reside with or be in close proximity to minors. He must register with the Crimes Against Minors Registry. He will be on supervised probation for 5 years when he's released and complete any recommended treatment. Okay, supervised probation. Law enforcement is always in the public eye. They're supervised probation. Oh my Lord. And the judge, he should be in prison forever. Matter of fact, there's no cure for these people. Well, there is, and it involves a squad and some firearms. But anyway, this is absolutely ridiculous. He should spend day for day, hour for hour, minute for minute, second for second in that prison. And release. Back in September, Kyle LaLonde pled guilty to multiple charges, including possession of an animal. Yeah, I thought it said somewhere up here. Oh, on one of them, bestiality. Where'd I go? Sorry. Yeah, bestiality was on one of them. Prosecutors say LaLonde committed these crimes on or around September 23rd through March of 2024 in Virginia Beach. LaLonde was an officer with the Virginia Beach Police Department during this time, prosecutors said. On Monday, LaLonde's attorney asked the judge to pay attention to the support he had in the courtroom, referencing LaLonde's loved ones in attendance at the hearing. He also highlighted the character witness letters written in support of LaLonde. This is a predator, and the animals and the children and his family is supporting him. There's something wrong with all of them, apparently. However, prosecutors argued that the charges LaLonde pled guilty to were troubling. They claimed LaLonde was having discussions with an undercover FBI agent posing as a 12-year-old girl in the messaging app Kick. He sent sexually explicit messages and pornography to the undercover agent and asked for. Prosecutor said. The judge told the court it was very obvious there was support for LaLonde from his loved ones, but that the photos submitted in evidence were repulsive. He went on to say there are a lot of red flags on how someone with a great family and great job could do this. The judge then sentenced LaLonde to 11 years. I don't understand that with a judge. I appreciate the court's consideration. The prosecutor asked for 20 years, so the court found it was an appropriate sentence, but still, it's a lot of time. James Alphabet, LaLonde's attorney, said, at his sentencing, LaLonde said he accepted responsibility for his actions and apologized. He asked for mercy so he could make it back to his family one day. Well, what about the animals and other crap he was doing? What about, yeah, you have to go in there and the back door, all the shit that they do behind the scenes. you have to say you're sorry, and you have to take responsibility. Yes, I know I did it. What I did was wrong. You have to accept full responsibility for Joe to even entertain any type of a plea. But yeah, that's where we're at.
We are following through tonight on a story that we have been covering since last year after a former Virginia Beach police officer was charged with child pornography. And this morning, that former police officer, he was sentenced to those charges that he pleaded guilty to back in September.
Tonight, News 3 reporter John Hood tells us how long he will serve in prison and what leadership at the police department is now saying.
11 years. That's how long a former Virginia Beach police officer, Kyle LaLonde, will stay behind bars after pleading guilty to possession of child pornography and several images depicting bestiality. On Monday, prosecutors argued back in September of 2023, Kyle LaLonde was in a chat room with an FBI officer posing as a 12-year-old girl. They say LaLonde was posing as a woman to meet the girl at a hotel and have sex. He also allegedly sent pornographic images in that chat. LaLonde pled guilty to those charges back in September, and his attorney was hoping for a lesser sentence, arguing that he will still be watched on once he is out and back in the community. Prosecutors argued for more time, saying it's concerning LaLonde was a police officer, knew the outcome of those crimes, but still did it. The judge sentenced LaLonde to 11 years.
I appreciate the court's consideration. The prosecutor asked for 20, so the court found that 11 was an appropriate sentence, but still a lot of time.
I tried speaking with LaLonde's family following the court hearing, but they didn't want to provide a comment.
Obviously, they wish that the time would have been less, but they recognize the concerns that the court had, and they're accepting, and they're going to be there for him.
I also reached out to the Virginia Beach Police Department now that the case has concluded. In a statement, Police Chief Paul Newdigate said, VBPD does not tolerate criminal behavior from its officers. And in part, quote, LaLonde's actions directly contradict the core values of this department, and it is deeply troubling to acknowledge that he wants...
How many times do we hear the same statement? They'll get the same memo. It's the same one over and over and over again. And it's always them over and over and over again.
Once wore the same badge as the honorable officers who serve this community with integrity and dedication. LaLonde must stay on good behavior for the next 30 years, have no contact...
Because being in law enforcement, apparently you don't have to be on good behavior.
...with children, and register as a sex offender. In Virginia Beach, I'm John Hood, WTKR News 3.
Thank you, John. Anyway, also 90% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed. Come on, hit the button. You're at your computer, you got your phone in your hand, all you gotta do is right there, just hit it. And like and share, and let me know what you think about this degenerate. And I'm out.